3. Grammar. Now, first things first. If you didn't watch these videos, 6B, vocabulary and read, I need you to watch them please, and then come back and watch this video. Today we learn how to use these modal verbs can, could, may, will, and would for requests. A request is a formal demand for something. All these are modal verbs. Now watch and learn. May I use your phone, please? This is a request. This boy is demanding, is asking for this man's phone. We're using may. May I use your phone, please? It's a request. Now, you can accept and say yes. You can refuse and say no. You can say no. Or, I'm sorry, I can't. Now notice, you can use can and can't, even though in the question you're using a different modal verb. You can ask with could and answer with can. Or ask with would and answer with can. It is okay. Another way to say no is to say, I'm afraid not. Sorry, I can't. Well, actually, there are different ways to refuse, to say no. Now watch this second scenario. Could you give me a lift, please? This time, could. Could you give me a lift, please? To accept, you can say yes or sure. Of course. Sure, get in. There are a lot of ways to say yes, to accept. Now notice something. We used could here and may here. Is there a reason for that? When you use I, you can use can, could, or may. When you use you can use can, could, will, or would. Can you give me a lift? Will you give me a lift? Would you give me a lift? Could I use your phone, please? Can I use your phone, please? Okay, are there no differences at all in using these modal verbs? Well, there's a small difference. You see, the verb could, may, and would are more formal and more polite. You need to be nice to people. It's better to use would, may, or could. It's not wrong to use can or will, but it's more formal, more polite to use these three. Now notice something very important here. When you use these modal verbs, always use the main verb in the base form. Where is the main verb here? It's give. It's use here, use. Don't say, may I using your phone? No. May I uses? No. May I used past? No. Use the verb in the base form. If you are using he, she, it, you, we, they, that doesn't make a difference. So that's easy. When you use these, just put the verb as it is without making changes. Excellent. What's next? Then we have the verb have to, affirmative. Okay, this man refused the request. He said, no, I'm afraid not. Now, to be nice to people, you need to give an excuse. Sir, why did you say no? This is my excuse. I have to charge my phone. My battery is dying. I have to charge it. Have to gives the same meaning as must. I have to charge my phone. I must. We express obligation when we use have to. Now learn something important. If you are using the subject pronouns I, you, we, and they, you use have to. If you are using he, she, or it, you use has to. I have to, you have to, we have to, they have to, he, she, or it has to. And that's it. Now we're ready for practice. Write requests and then write answers refusing. Refusing means you say no. And giving an excuse, give a reason why you're saying no with have to. Make the excuse using have to. Use the prompts given. These are the prompts. This is an example. Give me lift station. Could you give me a lift to the station? You can also use can, will, or would. Would you give me a lift to the station? I'm sorry, I have to go shopping. You always must refuse. Say no. I'm sorry, I can't. I'm afraid not. Anyway. And then give an excuse why you can't. 2. Borrow camera. You want to borrow somebody's camera. Use I. If you use I, you use any of these verbs. Can I borrow your camera? Could I, may I borrow your camera? Use afraid, like here. I'm afraid not. I have to give it to my brother. When you use have to with I, you don't say has to, no, you say have to. I have to give it to my brother. Okay, come dentist with me. Okay, you want somebody to come with you to the dentist. Will you come to the dentist with me? I'm sorry, I can't. I have to study. Lend car. You want somebody to lend you his car. You say, could you lend me your car? No, I'm afraid I can't. I have to take my car and pick up my parents from the station. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, share it with friends. I will leave you now with the workbook exercises. I'll see you again next time, inshallah. Goodbye.